All right, let's go ahead and bring on our first guest. She is an incoming Star Wars rookie who's looking to be drafted on Friday. She is also part of the Resistance broadcast, a very popular Star Wars podcast around the interwebs, and that is Miss Lacey Gilleran.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? Excited to be here.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank
you so much for hanging out with us and joining us for a little bit. I know that you've done one show since so far. Is that correct?
Yes, I've done one podcast so far, Let's Get Ready Network.
Perfect.
And then I've had conversations with people from Schmoedown, but not like live conversations like this.
Perfect.
That's
Well, hopefully we ask you a little
bit.
hopefully we ask you a little bit of different questions than Let's Get Ready did. We're excited to talk to you because obviously because of Sean and Molly, we very much like to focus on these Star Wars rookies that are coming.
Hey, Molly.
They're kind of invading the territory. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We have some good questions for you. And again, to all of our viewers, if you guys have questions for Lacey, you can hit that Streamlabs link, which is right up there up top. It's also in the description. It's also the posted comment in the chat. You can leave all those there, and we'll definitely ask Lacey questions. But for starters, I just want to get off the top here. And for those who don't know the Resistance broadcast, or maybe didn't catch you on Let's Get Ready, can you explain to our viewers maybe where you come from in the Star Wars world, maybe movies and trivia, and even the Schmoedown?
Yeah, so my Star Wars experience right now is currently with the Resistance broadcast, which is the official podcast of Star Wars Newsnet. I joined the podcast about almost 3 years now, which is kind of crazy. Time flies, which I know last year felt like the longest year ever. So I feel like it's been like a decade, but it's only been 3 years. And, you know, I've liked Star Wars my whole life. I'm a huge collector. I've read a lot of the books, and I love the movies and The Mandalorian. I'm just an all-around Star Wars fan. I've been one for a pretty long time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And have you watched the Schmoedown before this, or is this kind of new to you? Okay.
So I'm aware of the Schmoedown. I think my first kind of recognition of it was in 2019. Our panel at Star Wars Celebration was prior to the Schmoedown event with Alex. So
cool.
Yeah, a lot of people that are our listeners were talking about it with us, and I was like, what are they talking about? And then Alex had this belt, and I was like, is he a wrestler? Like, what is going on?
This little guy coming out.
Yeah, I was like, did I miss something? And then I kind of, I've kept up with it. I see who's in it, because a lot of the people that are in the Schmoedown kind of cross paths with us, and then within the community and stuff, obviously Molly. But yeah, so that's how it's been. I have seen some of the matches. I recently just watched the championship match with Alex and Ace, and then I just watched the free agency thing on Friday.
Nice. What did you think? Oh, I got to ask, what did you think of the chaos that happened on Friday with the free agent stuff?
So naturally, I'm new, so I'm not really sure what's chaotic. I think the chaotic stuff to me would probably be that Marcel she left and then got traded back like 2 seconds later. And Shannon was like, you guys thought we were kidding. And I was like, what is happening?
It's so good. It's so good.
That's like an easy day.
It was super fun. It was fun to watch, because I was like, everyone's just yelling.
Everyone just yells.
Yeah.
Schmoedown is very loud.
I realized the drinking game is if you take a shot every time Christian Harloff says the one and only. Every time you take a shot, because it would be like every 2 seconds.
I just found out what I'm doing at the draft on Friday.
No.
The one and only.
Take a drink.
Christian, I give you can take that if you want. Go ahead.
Oh my God. I'm going to be doing that on Friday.
Wow. That's great.
That's kind of genius.
I love it.
I'm almost kind of like, why didn't we think of that earlier? Like, it's so obvious. So,
and Seven's got it correct. Yelling is how we express it.
I love it. I'm a very loud person myself, so I'm all about it.
All right, Jill, I'm going to shoot it to you first on this one. Do you have something that you would like to ask Lacey?
Yeah, sure. So what brought, like, other than seeing it really like before Celebration and everything, what wanted you to join and be a part of the craziness and the yelling that is the Schmoedown? What brought you into it? What makes you excited about the community, excited about competing? I want to know a little more about that.
Yeah, so I got a message back in December about it. Christian was looking to expand the rookies and asked if Star Wars Newsnet wanted to take part and if there's anybody that might be interested. And James and John have been paying attention to the Schmoedown for a while, and I know James is a big fan of it. So we were just talking about it as a group, and I was like, you know what, I would love to take on this challenge and see and to show people how much I know. Because I think oftentimes people just assume, oh, you just talk about it. And I'm like, there is a lot of background knowledge and research and deep dives that go into having just a podcast. It isn't just like you sit down and you talk about it. So I just like the fun competitive aspect. I'm like so competitive to the point that sometimes we'll play games on our podcast and John and I won't talk for like a day.
Oh my God.
In a fun way, of course. But
Of
yeah,
course.
no, we definitely get a little competitive about like trivia and guessing games and quote games and stuff like that. It's just super fun. And I think part of it is the middle child in me, like pay attention to me. So that's how I got involved. And I'm excited to see what happens. I'm new to this, like I said, but I think that could be an advantage of mine because I'm coming with fresh eyes. It's kind of like the frog in boiling water scenario where if you throw a frog into boiling water, it's going to jump out. If you put it in the boiling water and heat it up over time, it's going to die because it doesn't realize it's heating up. So I'm the person that's going to come in with fresh eyes and the ideas of like, okay, this works, this doesn't work, what worked for this person, what didn't work. Whereas someone that's been in it for a while might kind of get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good point that I've never really even thought of, that competitors who've been playing for a long time might just stay in that same rut they've been in for a very long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And someone like you who has 7 seasons to look back on, it could be a huge advantage.
Yeah.
I've also got
Especially for
nothing
the
to
Star Wars.
lose.
Yeah.
Which is very wonderful at this point. Nothing to lose. Like I have nothing built up. I can't imagine the pressure Alex feels on a regular basis. Like, whoa. Like, because I'm coming in and I'm like, let's do this. You know?
That's fair.
We need that though. We need more of that, especially in the Star Wars division, because we only had really new rookies last season in Star Wars. So like getting all these new people in the Star Wars division, especially all these ladies that are coming into the Star Wars division, is so exciting to me because it's been for a while. It was the same 4 or 5 people, and now it's growing and it's expanding, and that makes me super stoked and super excited to have you in this draft. And
thanks. I'm super excited. No matter what happens, I'm just like so honored that I was even considered for something like this.
It's I'm so excited that you're here, and thank you for talking with us, and I can't wait to get to know more about you.
Yeah.
Molly, I will shoot it to you next.
First of all, I'm so excited that the whole Resistance broadcast crew is getting into the Schmoedown, because I'm like, yes, more people I know, more ladies. Yes, like let's build the Star Wars division like as big, if not bigger, than the IG players. Which
of course, yeah,
anyone can do IG.
60 days, Molly. 60 days until you're an IG.
I mean, no, I'm not going to make.
Oh, she did say that. Okay, no.
I'm not going to make any claims, any ridiculous 60-day claims like some people in the league may.
And then talk about it for months on end.
Yeah, and then go back and forth. And
Sorry.
Still.
Sorry.
Hashtag 60 days.
60 days.
But yeah, so I've kind of been asking the rookies about like wheel slices and things like that. But for Star Wars, I guess what I will ask you is what era is your favorite to kind of study or just to talk about in general? Was it like the prequel trilogy, originals, sequels?
I really like talking about the sequel trilogy, actually. I grew up on the original trilogy and I saw the prequels in the movie theater, which I always like to say the funny thing that I did when I was little, when I saw The Phantom Menace, is I left with my dad and I turned to him and I was like, where's Luke Skywalker? Where was he in that movie? Yeah. So,
Luke wasn't there at all. kind of Star Wars movie is this?
Yeah, I think, I love the original trilogy, but I feel like because, it's been 42, 43 years now, it's been talked about ad nauseum of all the different possibilities and what happened and where things are going and about the characters. And sequel trilogy is still new to me. And I think to a lot of people, in the sense that these characters, we only had them for about 5 years. And there's so much more that can be done with them from books and comics and even potential movies down the line that we could learn more. So I really like talking about what's to come and what's happening now, because it's brought in a lot of really fun, cool fans that I didn't see 10, 15 years ago. Because I know that a lot of people have liked Star Wars for a long time, but I know that the Disney era did bring in a lot of new fans, which I love.
Definitely. I'm a huge sequel trilogy supporter, cheerleader, all that stuff. So, yes, that makes
I
me
had to
happy.
throw this up here. So your reception was lukewarm.
Basically, yeah.
I'll build off of Molly's question real quick. Is there a specific movie in the sequel trilogy that you think you would do really well at?
Force Awakens, easily.
Okay.
That is my go-to movie. That and Return of the Jedi are probably my go-to movies. But Force Awakens, I can't even count how many times I've seen it. And
How many times did you see it in theater?
I think 4, but I'm talking like DVD. It's in my DVD player. On my iPad, it's on my iPad. Like it's in everything. But it was really funny when I was watching the match between Ace and Alex. There was a couple Force Awakens questions, and I got them like that, like before they did, and I was like, yes, because like I'm that obsessed with that movie that I felt like really smart for 2 seconds.
Very fair, very fair. All right, Mr. Avellino, what do you got?
Well, first I need to know, do you lean towards the light or the dark?
The dark is more fun, but probably I like to think that I'm a good person, and I lean towards the good side, and I would do what was right.
Fair.
I like to think that I'm a good person.
Both worlds.
Yeah, right. So obviously we have managers in Schmoedown. I won't ask you specifically who you would prefer to be with, but what is it that you would like to have in a manager? Like, what are the things you would look for if you had your choice?
I want a manager that's going to support me as a new person, as a rookie, but also challenge me and bring me into kind of their faction as like a family member, in the sense of I want to be a part of a team that works together, that studies together, that wants to be collaborative and work towards the goals of being winners, to all working together. I am a self-starter and I'm able to work independent, but I know that I'm just stronger when I'm able to bounce ideas and thoughts off of other people. I feed off of energy. So if I'm with a group that's like really, really collaborative, I'm going to do really well.
Are there I know, because I know you've been watching and kind of doing your research. Are there I'm not going to ask you to just do one, but are there a couple managers that you really enjoy watching manage their players?
Yes. Right now, my 2 managers that I really like are Roxy and Shannon, which is obviously hilarious because they don't like each other.
Very opposite ends of the spectrum there.
But I do like both of them, and I feel like they have really good personalities, both on different spectrums, like you said. But I think they would both be fun to work with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They would be fun managers to have. That's for sure.
Especially, I mean, we especially in the Star Wars division, being that one had Laura Kelly, one, has
Alex Damon.
That's the other part too, is I want someone that has experience of working with Star Wars players and ones that, because the Star Wars division is different. It just is.
It is.
Nothing is more specific than a Star Wars division, is what I try to tell people.
No one will disagree with you on that statement. Everyone is like, oh, the Star Wars division is a whole other beast.
Yeah.
I mean, you go from 2 divisions that have unlimited amount of movies.
Nice, Brian. Nice. Unlimited, nice. Nice.
But I do want it to be said that I would be happy to work with anybody. Like, I don't want anybody watching this and being like, well, I'm not drafting her. Like, will work with anybody. I like to think I'm a nice person.
Brian, I thought you were making a joke.
My finger is on the remove button. So
listen. I thought you were making a joke towards unlimited power. So I said nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
No,
What? Nothing wrong with that?
Mm-hmm.
See, Chuck gets me.
Chuck got it.
He gets me.
Okay. I'm just gonna spin here in my chair.
Oh god, I'm just waiting for Brian to just start spinning in a circle.
You know I'm pondering when I start to spin.
Yeah,
so.
you are. Okay,
I need the Emperor's chair. That's what I really need. If they make that,
all you have to be thinking about is Austin Powers, where he's just like,
that is 100% me. Where he's just like, the chair is not moving. It's bolted to the ground. Yeah.
Okay, so I know that this is usually asked in the chat, and it might have been asked in the chat, but I might have missed it. And I want to know, you've been doing a little research, and I don't know how far back you've gone in the Star Wars division, but if you were to choose someone that you would love to debut against, whether it's someone that's already in the league or even maybe a rookie, is there someone that comes to mind immediately?
I think this is going to be a funny answer, but it's honestly the first person that came to mind. I really want to play John Hoey, who is my partner on Resistance Broadcast. Yes. And I said this earlier, we are so competitive to a point that it's like ridiculous. And he wears this backwards hat all the time. It's like his thing. I want to embarrass him so bad that he has to turn the hat around and hide his face. Like, that's what I want. I want to just have that moment. And you know what? If I was to lose to John, it would make our shows even funnier because he never let me live it down. So I'm going with John.
I was tempted to ask you who, I mean, obviously I would assume you'd say you, but who you thought had more of the trivia knowledge. Oh, really?
John, and not just Star Wars, he knows like all movies. So
well, he just started a movie podcast, correct?
He did. Yeah, no, he knows so much stuff. It's like crazy how much stuff he knows.
So,
but you're up to the challenge to just
totally
destroy him.
Totally. And if not, it will be entertaining. If anything else, it will be the lead up and during will be comical.
So Sean on deck had this and sent it to me.
I
said the place that made his Mandalorian skull, they make it. Like, I was like, they have the chair. You can buy the chair.
So cool.
Brian, I'll just buy your chair off of you.
Okay.
Deal?
That's not even enough for the down payment. That was. I looked it up. I was like, you can put a down payment. And I'm like, the down payment's like 3 of these.
Oh man.
All right, Molly, do you have anything else you wanted to ask Lacey?
I don't think so. I'm very excited that you guys are excited, and you particularly are excited to come into this crazy world that is the Schmoedown. And I don't know, it started to feel a little bit stale for me, and then now, like, we got the draft coming, we got all the rookies coming, and it's like shot up 1,000%, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's just gonna be super fun more than anything else. Like, that's what I'm excited about.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see like Molly versus all of her friends.
Oh, God. Don't do that to me, Brian.
No, just be like, all right,
do you
Molly,
want me to quit?
Just make
Are
a
you
list.
excited for your upcoming match?
Excited? Yes, I'll say yes.
I was waiting for the fan to just cover your
I
face.
know, I was excited.
Excited.
Oh my God. Okay, Bridgerton.
Yes, of course. I love Laura Kelly. She is a force to be reckoned with for sure. So yes, I'm doing quite a bit of studying. So
Nice. And now I'm turning this into a Molly interview.
You're good.
No,
Molly,
you're fine.
is there a team you want to be on?
There is. There's a couple.
Nice.
We'll see.
She doesn't want to reveal anything, obviously.
We'll see if I'm happy after this coming Friday or not.
I think you will be. I think you'll go first or second draft.
Fingers crossed.
Ooh.
And that's only because IG and other movie people are mixed in, so they like have different. I'm saying Star Wars wise, you'll be one of the first.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Love it. All right, Brian, did you have anything else you wanted to ask Lacey?
No, I mean we covered a lot. We've done some good talking here. I'm very excited. I love the fact that people that have other friends that are doing at the same time, they always want to immediately go against each other. So I love that you're like, give me my friend, I'm gonna whoop his ass. Like that's like that's literally what so far like everyone wants, and I love it. And that's what I want to see, honestly.
I also like the idea that, you know, there's a lot of Dragon Con people coming in. So like whittling down TRB and Dragon Con so that the best TRB and Dragon Con person meet. Like, I like that. That to me is really, really fun.
I know. I like that we're assembling like all of the Star Wars nerds across the country and just like putting them in one giant melting pot. I love it.
Yeah, it's super fun.
We do have a Streamlabs that has come through for Lacey, so I do want to get to that. This one comes from not Kylie, so Kylie, thank you, Kylie. So in the division of Star Wars, we have amazing ladies and we have actual dragons from Dragon Con. What are you going to do that's different and win matches? Any character ideas?
You know, it's funny. It's funny, the character stuff. I used to work for WWE. I worked for them early on. Yeah,
Ooh.
right out of college, I worked for them. I worked on the road too, so I did a lot of
What
like.
era? When did you work for them?
When John Cena was still there, Bella Twins.
Like the
Wow.
CM Punk days?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It was fun. It was a crazy. So I worked there for about a year. It was a crazy year because I worked on the road. So I would travel every week to go to the live Raw tapings, then SmackDown, NXT.
Yep.
Then I would come home and work in the studio for voiceovers for international stuff, and then I would pack new clothes, go back on the road. So there was one week, I think it was insane. I was home for one day, and it was because we went to Raw, SmackDown, home for one day, tribute to the troops, then back out for Raw, and then it was insane. But it was super fun, and it's really cool to see behind the scenes and how that works. And I'm sure people say this a lot about Schmoedown too, is you see these characters and then you meet the person and you're like, oh, you're not like that.
Yeah.
You're normal.
You're not a total asshole. Got it.
So, like the weird thing is like I one of the ones I remember being like super nice is like Bane is like the sweetest guy. And his name is like Glenn, and he's like super nice.
Don't you love that when they just have like these basic
Yes.
ass names? His name's Glenn.
Yeah. So he would like come out and he's like chains and stuff, and he'd be like, hey, how's it going? And I'd be like, this is so weird. Or like Gold Dust is like really, really sweet, and he had a southern accent.
Seemed very nice.
Yeah, he was really nice. But yeah, no, that world is just really cool. So the character stuff to me, you know, competition and trivia is super fun, but the character stuff is like probably the more exciting stuff for me personally, because I just think it's like, wait, you want me to be a dick to these people? Okay, sure. I love how this is after I was just like, I'm like a nice person.
I like to think of
Or
me as
am I?
Yeah,
It's like-
no.
It's like,
No, but I'm just saying, like, if someone told me to do something, I'd be like, okay, whatever. And I like the idea of like making people laugh and just kind of getting people riled up. Like that's funny to me. So the character stuff is super exciting. I don't have a character yet. I feel like it's going to take a little time to kind of figure out my place if I get drafted. But I'm open to whatever. I know when I was on Let's Get Ready, they were like pitching me as a heel the entire time. They were like, Lacey's evil. She makes people cry. She's like the worst person ever. I was like, I've been here for 5 minutes. I've said hi.
I mean, that just means that you have range and
Oh no. I was laughing the whole time, but it's just really funny that they were like, no, you're the bad guy. I was like, okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, best to just let them do their thing and just
It was
smile
super
and
fun.
nod.
No, and everyone's been so welcoming, and I want to thank you guys and everybody else watching that from the moment my name was put on a list, everyone's been so nice, and I really appreciate it because this is like a whole new world to me. And when I joined the podcast 3 years ago, when I first joined, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, welcome!" And I had never really talked about Star Wars. I'd always loved it, but never talked about it. And I remember being so nervous about it. And this was kind of similar, that I was like, I don't know what to expect. And everyone has been so nice, and I can't thank you guys enough for being so kind.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, this community is definitely one of the best out there. We're all we're a crazy little yelling, shouting family, and it's pretty great.
It's very, very loud.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get to our POV question, Jill, did you have anything final that you wanted to ask?
Yeah. So I'm gonna speaking of character work, let's work on a little let's do a little improv here. So let's say you get drafted, and your first match happens to be against John. Can you please cut us a promo?
Sure.
Also, I'll say this: we have John on Tuesday, so I will make sure he sees this.
We have him on Tuesday.
All right. Look, I get it. I'm new. I'm a new rookie, Star Wars rookie. I'm new to the Schmoedown world, but I'm a no one. I get it. But you know who is a no one in Star Wars? Rey. Rey, the Jakku scavenger who learned to fight and survive all on her own and was underestimated. I've liked Star Wars my entire life, from when I was 6 years old, and I found it on my own. I wasn't introduced to it through my dad or my brothers or friends or significant others or whatever. I found it on my own. I've been told my whole life I'm not a true fan, I don't know what I'm talking about, and that I'm constantly said, people always say that I don't know anything about Star Wars, and I always prove them wrong. So when you're lying on the ground in the snow, like Kylo Ren, and you're in shock, just remember who kicked you down there. Me.
Well done.
Yay.
Nice. That was great. That's a tricky question, and Jill likes to put the rookies through hell. So bravo on that one. Bravo.
Thank you.
She's a bit of a loser.
I already said the hat thing, so you can tell him I said that too.
Fair enough. Okay, so we always finish off our interview with one big question here for our guests, and it's, because we're all movie people, movies bring us together.
Sure.
And our Patreon is based around candy. We always like to ask everybody, what is your favorite movie snack and what is your favorite candy?
First of all, I love that you do candy levels. It was like gummy worms.
Yeah.
Super fun. I usually say cute, but then I realize like how some people might not like it. It's super fun. My go-to is probably a cherry Coke and a popcorn with no butter, because I don't like the movie theater butter.
I don't either. It's gross.
You're the second person on the show to say that too.
Yeah.
It's like oil. It's gross. And candy, I switch between Skittles and Reese's Pieces.
Ooh.
Yes. Sweet,
Nice.
savory, sweet, savory.
Yes.
Love it.
Awesome. Well, Lacey, thank you so much for hanging out for a little bit and popping in. It was super awesome to talk to you and allow you to have a little bit of a solo time in front of the community as well after your podcast mates. So good luck to everything on Friday.
I can't wait to see what he says. Because we record on Thursdays, so let's see how this goes.
We can't wait to see what happens on Friday, and good luck to everything.
Thank you so much, guys.
Good luck. Bye.
Good luck Friday. Thank you. Woo.
All right. Just
These
continuing
rookies
the train of great rookies. Just continue.
I know.
I can't wait to see the rivalry between them.
I know. Oh my God, Ray. Give me Star Wars. Give me more Star Wars rivalries. Give it to me.
Let the hate flow.
Let the hate
Yo, it's gonna.
All